back at it again, and it seems that we're back at it again with another one of these stories of parents being outraged, and rightfully so. What's going on in our schooling system is just absolutely despicable. It's shameful, and I'll just shut up. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Make sure you're following me on social media too. All of those links are down below in the description box. All right. And with that being said, let's dive in.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. Obviously, you guys give of yourselves to do what you're doing. The community, I think we recognize that now that the political juice has been sucked out of the mask distraction, that we have to move forward. And one of the things I wanted to thank you for tonight was the resolution, the non-discrimination resolution, the CRT deal, because it's happening. And as a parent, I speak to other parents, there's a few things that we don't want. I'm biracial, I'm bilingual, I'm multicultural. The fact is, in America, in North Carolina, I can do anything I want, and I teach that to my children. And the person who tells my little pecan colored kids that they're somehow oppressed based on the color of their skin would be absolutely wrong and absolutely at war with me.
Absolutely. But once again, and I've said this before, I think that's the whole intention. It's to create a generation of angry folks who no longer have the drive to do better for themselves, who no longer are going to fight back against people who try to control them, who's just going to take a few dollars if given to them. I think that's the whole intention, because that's exactly what they are doing. And we've seen time and time again, these parents come up and speak out and say, hey, this is detrimental. This is detrimental because you're killing hope. You're killing hopes and dreams. You're telling these kids when they leave out of their parents' homes, because a lot of these great parents like this gentleman right here teach their kids you can do anything and be anything that you want to do or be. Doesn't matter what your skin color is. But as soon as they leave the home, which they're gone in school for a good chunk of the day, every single day, they're being taught the exact opposite. If you're being told no matter what, you will always be less than, or no matter what, you will never accomplish X, Y, and Z, at a certain point, you're just going to give up. Like, man, what's the point? What's the point? Because when you're trying to achieve something great, it's not going to come easy to you. Like, there's going to be struggles. So amongst those struggles, all those doubts replay in your mind. Oh, well, I remember such and such said I was going to run into such and such problem. And such said I would never even make it. And such said it was going to be so difficult because of the color of my skin and blah, blah, blah. All right, I give up. Well, what happens to people that give up? Now they got all the time in the world. They ain't got no money, no life. They're out marching in the streets, angry. Sound familiar? I think it's exactly what they want. This is the intent. But anyway, let's continue on.
Based on the color of their skin would be absolutely wrong and absolutely at war with me.
Facts.
And I think that's the same for every parent. What the mask showed us is that the parents, the most powerful group of people in our country, that they're taking back the wheel. Now, obviously, we had to take the wheel back for the mask, but we're taking the wheel back from Washington all the way to Raleigh and into our local school board. Because CRT, all of that, the parents don't want it. It's a big fat lie. There's not one, if you believe in CRT, I want to tell you you're a liar, because that means you look at your black neighbor and say that they're oppressed, and you look at your white neighbor and say that they're evil, regardless of the experience that you've had with them. And we're not going to do that. The parents in the United States of America.
Hold on. Whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did y'all notice what I just noticed? Did y'all catch that? Now, I'm not saying maybe it was a coincidence, but I don't know. That seemed a little divisive, what they just did. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm gonna play it back. I'm gonna play it back and see if y'all caught what I caught there, and what do you take from it? Let me know in the comment section, and obviously I'll give my thoughts and opinions on it here in a second. Check this out.
I want to tell you you're a liar, because that means you look at your black neighbor and say that they're oppressed, and you look at your white neighbor and say that they're evil, regardless of the experience that you've had with them. And we're not going to do that. The parents in the United States of America, right here in North.
Did you catch it? I know most of y'all did. Check out in the background what happens when he calls them a liar.
Because that means you look at your black neighbor and say that they're oppressed, and you look at your white neighbor and say that they're evil, regardless of the experience that you've had with them.
Now, I don't know if that was a coincidence that those two officers walked in as he started to call them out on their BS. Because, I mean, not long, he got into calling them out on their BS, and like 5 to 10 seconds later, that's when the officers walked in. So I don't know if someone like sent a text, pressed a button, like, hey, get in here. You know, these parents, they're starting to get angry at us type situation. But I don't know. I just found that a little bit weird. Like, you can't sit back and listen to this parent. I don't think it has nothing to do with race, but I think that if it was one of the people that were sitting, maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe. You know, it definitely could be. It definitely could just simply be a coincidence. They were out in the hallway and just happened to walk in at that very moment. It definitely could be a coincidence, okay? I just want to put that out there. But it also could have been somebody on that board getting a little upset that they were being called out on their BS. And they wanted somebody to be escorted out. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let me know. Let me know. All right, let's continue.
And we're not going to do that. The parents in the United States of America, right here in North Carolina and Cabarrus County, we know that's not true because we believe the lives we live. The fact is, I've been a business owner right here in North Carolina, and I deal with white people, black people, Hispanic people. My children deal with everybody. And the racism is only happening at the government level and on the media. The fact is, you have racists, and there's like, you can't even find them hardly. You just hear the stories about them. But this is what we're dealing with. The parents are taking the wheel.
Facts. Everybody in the government, all these Democrat politicians, white supremacy, white nationalists, they are taking over. They're a threat to democracy. Where? Huh? The only white supremacists that I see are these Democrat politicians who tell me, because I support Republicans and I'm black, I'm not black. Who tell black people, you aren't black unless you vote Democrat. Shall I continue? Who tell black people simply because of the color of your skin, you will always be less than. So we must help you because you can never help yourself. Shall I continue? The only white supremacists I see are these Democrats, politicians, who tell black people presenting an ID to cast a ballot, it's racist. Why is that? Oh, well, because we just assume, black people can't afford to get an ID. They don't know where to get an ID. And none of them definitely don't have IDs. So it's just racist because, it just is because of those reasons. Those are the only white supremacists that I see. Do y'all agree? Let me know.
I have an 8-year-old daughter who is absolutely dynamic, who can do anything. Athletically, intellectually, spiritually, and emotionally, she is a dynamo. And I don't want a man swimming against her in the pool. The fact is, I don't want her playing against boys in soccer. I don't even let my sons rough her up. Do you think I'm going to let your son rough her up? This is what we're talking about. policy going back to the parents. Because if you think people who love America are willing to fight for it, you haven't met parents yet. Because I'm telling you, parents will go further down any street than anyone who loves their country alone. My name is Brian Echeverria. I thank you for your service, and we're taking back the wheel.
Thank you for being here.
Right on, brother, right on. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Couldn't have said it any better myself. But I pretty much said everything that I needed to say in that video. Obviously, I agree 100% with the brother and everything that he's had to say. You guys obviously let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. If you agree or disagree with anything that I had to say, let me know why or why not. All right. And yeah, let's continue to make sure our voices are heard peacefully. Once again, peacefully, to make sure that there's no confusion or mistakes made about our intentions. We do everything peacefully. We don't want to harm anybody in any way, shape, or form. Maybe verbally, because they consider that, violence these days. But I don't consider verbal telling someone, your thoughts and your verbally telling someone your thoughts and your opinions is violence. But I know the left does. But that's not violence. I don't promote or condone any physical harm whatsoever. All right. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.